The purpose of my videos is to give you the knowledge that you need to not get stuck during your journey, whether it's weight loss, muscle gain, strength gain, or whatever your goals are, so you don't have to worry about hitting a hard part and giving up. And if you do hit a hard part, you understand why it's difficult, and you have the knowledge to keep going and not quit so early in your weight loss journey. The first key is consistency. So what that means is, if you work out once a week, keep working out once a week. If it's 30 minutes, maintain that 30 minutes once a week. If you work out twice a week, keep working out twice a week. Because if you get your body used to working out 2 to 3 times a week, and you drop to 1 time a week, and you keep everything else the same, you're either going to hit a wall or you're going to start going backwards. So whatever you start doing, make sure it's something that you can maintain consistently. The second key is change for progress. So if you're trying to build muscle and you do 4 sets of 12 and you hit a wall, add 5 pounds. There's other methods, but that I will cover later. But that's just the basics. Just make sure that once you hit a wall, you change. You don't change to shock your muscles. You don't change your workout every week because you won't make any progress. That's where consistency comes in. You stick with the same program until it doesn't work anymore, and then you make a change. Right here, I have the levels. Beginner. At the beginner level, you're going to make most of your progress. If you're trying to lose weight, you're going to drop a massive amount of weight. You're going to say 40% body fat to 25% body fat or something like that, or 20%. If you're doing strength, you're going to see massive gains in strength. If you're doing muscle size, you're going to see a great increase in muscle size. And since you're a beginner, you're probably going to see all 3. Fat loss, muscle size gain, and strength gain. Once you pass the beginner level, you hit the intermediate level. The intermediate level, things get a little bit more difficult. Say you drop 30 pounds in 3 months here. Right here, you're going to drop 30 pounds in 6 months. Right here, you might drop 30 pounds in a year. Now, that's not entirely accurate, but it just shows the difficulty at each level and how hard it becomes once you pass from this to this to this. If you are, and another thing a lot of people mess up with is they want to lose weight fast. They want to gain strength fast, they want to lose weight fast, so they look up workouts and they see somebody that's in super good shape, huge muscles, and they steal their workout. Well, a lot of those people are already right here or right here. And the difference between these two is, as you get close to your genetic maximum or your genetic limits, it becomes harder and harder to get towards that, and it takes longer. So if you start out right here, you're going to overtrain. You're going to see great results to start out with, but then you're going to stall because you're doing too much for your muscles they're not ready for, because you went from nothing to overtraining. And the problem with that is, when you go back to here, you might not see progress because you're jumping from an advanced back to beginner, and your muscles are so used to doing this, even though you're overtraining, that you're not going to respond here. So the best way to do it is to find out what level you're at, and I'll go over that later. To find out if you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced, and slowly work your way down these difficulty levels, and take as much time in each one that you can. It sucks being a beginner, but stay a beginner as long as you can. Don't move to intermediate until you absolutely have to. Stay at intermediate as long as you can. Don't move to an advanced until you absolutely have to. You'll make steady progress, you'll stall out less often, and you'll see better results in any of your goals, whether it's fat loss, whether it's muscle gain, or whether it's strength gains. And the goal in muscle gain is 0.5 pound of muscle a week. unless you're genetically gifted, this is the most muscle that the average person can build in a week's time, given they work out perfect and they eat perfect. But if you start gaining more than this, it could be fat gain, which is okay as long as it's not too much. The only people that can probably gain more than half a pound of muscle a week is an absolute beginner. Then that's okay. But just keep in mind, as you go down this progress, you might start out, it might take you a month to get from 40 to 25% here. It might take you 2 months to go from 25% to 15%. It might take you 3 months to go from 15% down to 10, and it might take you 6 months to go from 10% body fat down to 8%. So as you progress down these levels, your gains or losses become less, and they take longer to accomplish just because you're getting closer to your genetic maximum, and your body doesn't like change. So you have to force it to change. And I'll show you how to do that later. Now, if you skip all this, for everybody who's an absolute beginner, you'll notice that I have 2 things down here. For the people that are already working out and already know what they're doing, but they don't know why they're stalling, if you notice, I have 2 things down here: blood sugar and glucose. Well, your blood sugar, if you want to know why people suggest 5 meals a day, it is because when you're eating, your blood sugar changes. And if you eat too much, if you eat a big meal at once or you eat too much sugar, your blood sugar goes outside this zone and it gets stored as fat. If you don't eat enough, you let your blood sugar drop, and you take your meals too long, your blood sugar drops between this zone. Well, in this area, your body thinks it's starving, so it stores the fat. So the idea is to keep your blood sugar right in between these 2 lines all day long. So that way you're not storing fat from eating too much, and you're not storing fat from your body thinking it's starving. Now that takes care of your blood sugar. I'll probably go into this more in future videos. The next one is leptin, which is the energy your muscles use. When you cut your calories and your carbs, your leptin levels drop. Once your leptin levels or muscle energy drops below a certain level, your body thinks it's starving. So your progress, no matter what you're doing, is going to slow down because your body's in starvation mode. How you fix that is you have what's called a refeed day, where you increase your calories and bring these levels back up to full. And you only do it one day. Once it gets back up to full, you're going to see weight gain a little bit because you ate a little bit more. But the following week, you're going to start dropping weight again because your body doesn't think it's starving anymore. So you're going to keep progressing if you are at a standstill. This is the first video so far, and if you found anything useful in this video, please like the video and share my page. And I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this so far. If you have any questions, ask me and I'll go into more detail on a future video. Thank you.